Hello and welcome to my podcast.
Whoop, whoop, whoop,
Yay.
whoop, whoop, whoop.
But yes, welcome to Nerdy Distractions, a podcast where I and my friends talk about nerdy stuff that we like or don't like or have opinions about because I'm an opinionated person and I surround myself with like-minded people. Speaking of, today's guest is a returning one, Miss GraceonCosplay. Hello,
Hello.
welcome back.
Hello. And it's lovely to be here. Well, technically not here. We are in separate places, but we are here together in spirit.
Which is why the quality sound is always different, because I'm never in the same room with who I'm interviewing.
It's all good. It's all good.
How have you been? People loved our episode. They loved us talking about cosplay and stuff, so I'm really excited to have you back and
Oh,
just
we
chat
got
with
into
you.
it. And it's
God.
nice just to chat because we know each other so well that I feel like when we chat, it's very comfortable.
Mm.
And just we have a lot of not similar opinions, but we have a lot of like stuff we can bounce off of. And yeah, it's just really nice to chat with you anyway. Just love it.
It's really that thing. That's the perfect way to put it with you, I think, is that we bounce things off of each other, but we're never like exactly on par. Like we meet at points, we go away, you say something, and I'm like, oh, no way. And we go into that. And then I say
Right?
something, and you're like, oh, no way. And we go into that. And it's like we both have our own knowledge about like same areas of interest.
Yes.
And I love
I
that
feel
about
like
us.
it's that meme, with the two people who are like clasping hands that are like Dragon Age girlies, Mass Effect
Look at
girlies.
girly.
There's like Bioware in the middle, and we're like, that's us.
That is us. Which is a fantastic segue because that is what we're going to be talking about. Dragon Age Veilguard came out when? October? September?
Well, it was November 1st because it was my
Oh.
birthday. And that's what I did for most of my birthday. And I had a birthday dinner, and I said, I'm going home to play Veilguard. Now, goodbye, you losers.
I was in the middle of my family emergency, so I'll be honest, October and November are a
No,
complete,
yeah.
like, blur to me. Okay, so November 1st, you how long did it take you to finish that game?
Okay, so I thought it was going to take a lot longer
Mhm.
because if you look at Inquisition, there's 3 DLCs for Inquisition, one of which is very important. And the other 2, like, I reckon when you go and play it, you don't necessarily need to play the Descent, and you don't necessarily need to play the, oh my gosh, can't remember the name of it, but there's another one, but Trespasser you 100% have to play because it leads into the next game.
I have heard
Um,
that.
But
Yeah.
Veilguard is a completed game the size of regular Inquisition without
Okay.
all the DLCs and stuff. So it would take about 60 hours to complete. And when I say complete, I mean like all the side quests, all the treasure chests. It's not as a robust game
Mm.
as the others, but the others all had DLC, which absolutely is not happening, unfortunately, with Veilguard, which I think it needs, I'll be honest. I think it just needed a little post-game, a little extra adventure, a little something to catch up with your companions and just flesh out the end of their stories a little bit better. Personally,
Ah.
that's how I feel about that.
So is that more about you're saying that more from, like, a character perspective,
Yeah,
like, companion perspective, rather than, like, a plot perspective? Like, was the plot
yeah.
pretty complete at the end, do you think?
Okay, so the plot, like, is
The
finished.
plot
It's finished. It's
thickens.
done. It's done. Like,
Okay.
um, the main plot, and I can tell that they've had this cooking. That this is the baked cake. This is the iced cake. This is the cake that comes out on your birthday looking beautiful with the candles in it. You blow the candles out, it's done. Of course, you can have more cake in the future. We probably won't have more cake in the future, let's be honest, or at least it won't be delicious cake. To be unfair.
Yep.
But this is the end result of what they planned. And you can feel that, like, so just going slightly off tangent here.
Yeah.
A lot of people hated Veilguard, especially because of one particular review that was on YouTube. And it was from someone who played 6 hours of the game. 6 hours of a 60-hour game.
I don't
And they'd made their
Mm.
decision about it, and it was like, I don't recommend you play this. It got millions of views, right? And this was just like 2 days before the game went out, and it really didn't help the sales of the game and the reception of the game. And the final 5-6 hours, the final like, act of the game is so good. It's
Fuck.
so good that, okay, yeah, you have to play a little bit of fluff or a little bit of like build up to that. You can't just go straight into that beautiful crescendo, because if you go straight into a crescendo, oh my gosh, too much. The orchestra is overwhelming. Do you know what I mean? You
Yeah,
need that
no,
build up. This is a
I
weird metaphor I've gone for, but it's
no,
just
I
so
get
good.
it. I feel like this is the bad thing about so again, you're like the Dragon Age girly. You've just finished Mass Effect. You did the entire trilogy of Mass Effect, but you are like the Dragon Age girly. I am the Mass Effect girly. And I think something that does not help Dragon Age or Mass Effect is that everyone sees the franchise as the entire song
Mm,
and not each individual game as a song in itself. So people
yes.
are playing Veilguard with, like, oh, it's a continuation of Inquisition, which I
Mm,
mean, yes, technically, but it's its own story. You're playing a new main character.
yeah.
And so I think that's why people are, like, upset with it, like, early on. Okay, unless a game is completely unplayable for, like, technical reasons, like, look, I'm clicking W to go forward and it's sending me into the sky and
Right.
you're not supposed to fly in this game. Other than that, I don't think you should be able to write a review
That you haven't finished it.
unless you finish the game. I
And
said it, unpopular opinion, I fucking said it though.
the thing about this game, it didn't need to be patched. It was like it had like one or two like minor patches. It was a completely finished, very playable, very smooth, very polished game. Like they had been clearly working on it for the past 10 years. And to just release a game that isn't like, I mean, I played Baldur's Gate 3. 2 months in, Act 3 was still completely unplayable for me. It wouldn't even
Mm.
load on my PlayStation. And it was fine on like PC players who had like a high grade PC, but like it was unplayable on console. And yet people are like, this is the most amazing game ever. And you're like, what? This is an unplayable game. Veilguard was released as a
Completed.
product that
Yeah.
was finished, which is just amazing in this day and age, really, to be honest.
For real. For real. Ugh. Well, okay, as someone who I haven't even finished 2, although I will say I was gonna drop 2, and then I went to the Deep Roads, and I know that game has been out for forever. I really thought the Deep Roads was gonna be a lot longer, and that's why I was not looking forward to it. The things that happen in the Deep Roads in Dragon Age 2, I was like, "You know what? Never mind. I am now reinvested, and I'm going to kill his brother." Like,
Nice.
my only complaint is that I still cannot romance Varys, and I'll never be able to romance Varys. That is my main
Oh,
complaint. Is that I don't know. I was like, I'm going to be the lesbian. We're going to romance
Isabella, baby girl.
Isabella. And I love her and I love her character design. And I love the idea that she doesn't wear pants. It's just a shirt and underwear.
Girl,
And
she's in
it's
Veilguard looking like
she's
even
in Veilguard?
spicier than ever.
Oh, let's go. Okay. And I love her. I love her design. I love all of their designs, to be honest with you. But sometimes you don't get to choose the fictional characters you fall for. I have a
Right?
trope. It's true. But Varric just decided, I'm gonna break all the molds and break your heart because you cannot have me. And I'm like, fuck.
How dare he,
How
frankly.
dare
How dare.
man. It's a chest
But
hair, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the way he handles Bianca. Maybe I'm just jealous of Bianca at this point.
whew, he be shooting. He be shooting. Just
Oh,
saying.
I feel like I'm like, okay, who are the other 2 I'm gonna take with me? Because it's always gonna be Varric. I'm like, that's the romance. Anyway,
I
my
mean,
tangent.
I was the same with Mass Effect, right?
Mm.
Just everyone loves Garrus so much. Like he is, I would say he's the Astarion
Yes.
of Mass Effect, right?
Yes, at this
He's,
point, yes.
and I got into Mass Effect 2. Thane came on and I was like, that's my guy right there. That's my dude. I just knew. I was like, give me that fishy man immediately.
Okay, let's go to this. How did you find his romance?
Okay, so have you ever romanced Thane?
I've watched the romance. I've watched all the okay, there's videos where you can just watch the collaboration, like,
Nice.
points, the conversations, and just watch the romances for, like, each character on YouTube.
I
The
mean,
amount
I
the amount of times I
definitely
watched the
haven't done
Garrett.
that for
No.
Veilguard. I don't know what you're talking
Oh,
about. I haven't looked at all of those. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never heard of that.
like, the Dragon Age girly, the Mass Effect girly. I think there's the one that I watch with Garrus, I don't know how many views it has, I'm telling you right now, I am 90% of them. If I'm in a bad mood, I just put that on, it's like 4 hours, and I'm like, I just have it on in the background, because the worst that's gonna happen is I'm going to hear the amazing FemShep voice actress and the amazing Garrus Vakarian actor, like, there's no losing. But
So
sorry, Thane, yes.
no, it's all right because actually so I'm playing Mass Effect Trilogy again,
Okay.
and I'm playing it on Insanity because normal was
Ooh.
too easy.
Yes, okay.
So I thought, you know what? I fancy a challenge. So I'm decided to romance different people in my second run through because like I'll probably make like Paragon decisions still because I really enjoyed doing that.
Mm.
But I think I want to make different romance decisions. So Thane, oh, so tragic. Maybe just like a tragic man. So it's really like sweet as well because you're like holding his hand and she's like, "What would you like to do before you die?" And he's like, "I'd really like to see a desert." I never got to take that man to the desert, okay? You did me dirty in Mass Effect 3, okay? I did not get to take that man to the desert. I got to have a romantic moment with him in the hospital, and then he was like, "Moving is too difficult. I can't come back to the Normandy." And I was like, "Dare, how dare!" And then he dies and says a prayer for you. And then at the end of the game, spoiler if anyone wants to romance Thane, because maybe you should have said that before all of this.
Yeah, we did. If okay, come on. If you're on my content, you know we talk about Mass Effect. Yeah, I'm
I feel
sorry.
like Mass
It's
Effect's
fine.
sort of alright to talk about. Dragon Age, I
Yeah.
would say spoiler if I was going to say
It's
anything.
really only if Reaper's been spoiled. I don't care about anyone else. It's only
And
if you can't spoil anything for me.
right, and I wouldn't spoil Dragon Age for you anyway,
I
but yeah.
know.
And then like there's a lot of like dream sequency stuff in Mass Effect 3.
Mm.
And like the final sort of dream sequency thing, it's all Thane being like, "Shiha, I can't wait to see you on the other side of the ocean." And it's like, oh my gosh,
Oh,
it's like tragically romantic. And I think I really liked that, but it was also just really tragic.
oh my god, I didn't realize that he like you got to have that I guess I didn't realize that like Shepard we don't okay, well, Mass Effect 4 is in quote unquote production. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Mm. Mm.
But like I feel like canonically um Shepard was supposed to die. Like this it's you're supposed to kind of die. Um but I never thought about the fact cuz you will get the Thane dying
Mm. Whatever
cutscene. No,
happens.
yeah, no matter no,
Yeah,
well if you romance him or not or if you do his thing or not.
yeah.
He
He's
he
sick.
does
He's sick anyway. So
yeah.
you know that when you like romance him, he's like, I have like 2 years maximum to live.
Yes.
Like, you know it's gonna end badly anyway. Like I knew what I was getting into with my fishy man, all right?
I just did oh, that's so sweet for the Thana shippers.
Right.
I loved I loved the, I loved the prayer because I don't know
Right?
what was going through my head, but when he was doing it and he said "her," it was my first time
Mm,
playing, so I thought, "Okay, maybe like, the goddess that he's praying to, so, her." I don't know why, like, I wasn't really following the prayer.
mm.
I guess I was, like, really sad because I was like, "Fuck, Thane is dying," 'cause Mass Effect 3 is when everyone dies.
Right? Rude. How dare.
Really, it's like
Rude.
like,
Just frankly rude.
if you play the suicide mission right, and it's an old game, so you can just look it up and not have anyone you won't lose anyone. Mass Effect 3 is when they said, "Hey, you thought you saved everyone? Psych!" So I
Right?
think I was really emotional about that, and I wasn't following it, and so then when Shepard even asks, like, "Who is he praying for?" And then his son is like, "He was praying for you." I was like, "Nope, that's it. God, no, no, I can't. Why is someone, like, so good to me? No."
Mm.
Do you get a kiss scene? What's like the romance with him? Do you get a kiss? Do you get a
Ah.
hug? What do you get?
So you get like end of Mass Effect 2, you get a little spicy scene just before the suicide mission.
I'm
Um
I'm gonna ask for
where he,
details because I have to compare it to the Garrus one.
so he's like getting really frustrated. And he's like, I just don't know if we could do this. And then you're like, come over to him and you're like, we can. And it's just like, gets a little bit hot and fades to black in a very Bioware kind of way.
Are hands on each other, or is it just like staring into each
Oh,
other's eyes?
hands are.
Motherfuckers, does everyone get a better spicy scene than the Garrus shippers?
Hey. And then in Mass Effect 3, he's
He
technically
dies.
doesn't count as a romance. So I
Yeah.
didn't get a trophy for continuing the romance, even though I did choose to not romance
Attempt.
anyone else.
Yeah.
And then you can choose romance options when you just chat to him.
Mhm.
He's like looking wistfully out the window, and then you can just like pull him in and kiss him passionately.
Aww.
Like it's very nice. Very nice.
My man's always into his calibrations. I remember having this conversation with someone who romances Tally. So like that's the thing, is right? It's Tally and Garrus are really like two of the big choices, I think.
Hey, I really liked Liara. I did baby girl Liara in 1
You
because I
did? You were telling
couldn't
me
romance
that.
anyone else, and she was very nice. Mm.
I would romance Liara. I would take a chance on that. I do like Caden's voice actor, because he does Carth Onasi and KOTOR.
See, that's what I'm
Yeah,
doing
and
in this run through, just because he's a bit more interesting. But this is
'cause
just sort of on a tangent really quickly.
yes.
I was thinking about Mass Effect and Dragon Age and how Mass Effect has much more general appeal. If I look at the characters, like aliens, fair enough. Freaky alien romance, great, whatever. Um, but especially in Mass Effect 3, when James is in your team, I'm like, who the fuck is this like dude bro? And then I look at Dragon Age and I'm like, there are no dude bros in my team. This
Mm.
has not been tailored to any dude bro audience. So I can see why it gets a lot of dude bro hate, because it hasn't been tailored at all to that. Whereas Mass Effect,
Mass Effect? It's as a matter of fact, Mass
as a
Effect.
matter of fact, as a matter of Mass Effect, Mass Effect does have that audience as well. It does have that tailoring to it. So I think that's sort of like a big difference between Dragon Age being so unpopular as well, because it
I
doesn't
will
have that pull.
I will say it's a negative and a positive in Mass Effect.
Mm,
'Cause it pulls in a bunch of people. Yes, there's like a character for everyone to kind of like
right?
connect with if they want. It also adds a lot more personality to your groups, right? I will say though, I do think the banter between the Dragon Age groups are better than the Mass Effect ones. There's a few good liners in Mass Effect that I'm like, that is fucking spot on. And a lot of references to like in Mass Effect 3, there's a lot Garrus makes a lot of references to like things they did in Mass Effect 1. For example, in the first game, loading in the elevators took
Oh my god.
forever. And they had conversations to cover that. So in Mass Effect 3, he comments and he's like, remember we had those conversations in the elevator? And was like, nope, don't talk about it. He's like, oh, good times. Like stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, that's funny. That's a throwback.
There was a great moment where Liara says, "Remember when we could just rub Omnigel on it and that would just do everything?"
Ah. But I think those are comments based on the game and like,
Mm,
the player's like memory, especially when they put you through fucking emotional hell in 3. I think we deserve that. I think personally Dragon Age, the quips and the conversations between the characters, the companions are a lot
mm.
better.
Yeah.
Also, I think the number of companions you have in the first game for Mass Effect is a good number. Because here's the problem is that they had to take characters out that people loved in 2 and 3
Mm,
to kind of give all those characters. You know what I mean? Like you didn't
yeah.
really have you had James, but you got rid of Jacob, and you didn't really have Miranda, and Liara wasn't really in the second one, you
Right?
know? So you Mass Effect played its large cast really well, actually, with
Mm,
like, hey, you have a lot of choices, but also, no, you don't, but also, this thing. Where Dragon Age, yeah, doesn't have as much of a, like, doesn't have the dude bro, like, doesn't have character for everyone,
mm.
but the characters that they do have, the banter, they're still very individually characterized, at least for the 2 that I have played so far. They're very characterized, and these are their
Yeah.
own characters, and the banter is amazing. So it's a pro and a con, I
Yeah,
will
and I
say.
feel like with your sort of main character, your protagonist in Dragon Age, they are way more of a projection
Mhm.
than Shepard. Shepard
Yes.
is a character. Like, Shepard has responses, Shepard responds in a certain way, and I feel this a bit about Rook in Veilguard.
Mm.
Rook's a little bit more of a character, but your Inquisitor, your Hawk, your Warden, that's whoever you want that to be.
Mm.
Like,
It's it's very, like, there's no origins. You've made an origin, but
mm,
really, it's not an origin.
yeah,
Where Shepherd, it's like, you're given these 3. You get to you're one of these 3. Either way, you got a fighting soldier background kind of thing.
yeah, and,
Yeah.
like, the voice I mean, I've only played as a woman, I've only done FemShep,
Mm.
um, but her delivery is a consistent character, whether you
Yes.
choose to be, like, a bit sarcastic, a bit renegade-y, a bit paragony or not. Like, her performance, like, hats off to her, is super consistent. Um, but I feel like when you are the Inquisitor in Dragon Age, um, there's much less speaking from the Inquisitor. Like, you'll choose a dialogue option, but you won't hear as much of that chatting per
Mhm.
se.
Yeah.
Um, so it's more of a projection. But I sort of forgot with like older games because I sort of most recently played Baldur's Gate. Is that the you see the whole dialogue option, and I sort of forgot with Bioware you get like 3 words.
Yeah.
So I really appreciated actually in Veilguard that they put a picture as to how the reaction was. So maybe it's like 3 words like I love it, but it's like angry emotion. So I'm like, oh, it's an aggressive, sarcastic I love it.
Oh.
Um Whereas in sort of Baldur's Gate, I can read an entire bloody sentence,
And
and I
no
have to
offense,
get the
it can
gist of it,
still be the feeling wrong than what you
right?
imagine it.
So people are like, "Oh, I don't need this, it's a bit obvious," and I'm like, "It's not obvious for me how this sentence is gonna come out. I need to know what the mood or the feeling behind it is so I can make a consistent rook." So I really like that personally.
Honestly, when it comes to talking stuff and it comes to conversation stuff, especially if it can sway, like,
Mm,
to be the romantic or to be inquisitive, to, like,
mm,
open new paths, honestly, put everything. Put all the hints. Just
right?
do it. And if someone complains that there's too much, congratulations. You have this superpower to read words and just assume that you know what the game writer
Right,
was going to. It's not even that you're hearing it and like, oh yeah, that's what they mean. You're reading words, you're reading a text. You must be great at reading all of your friends' texts and knowing exactly what they mean through words on a paper or screen or whatever.
right,
It's it why are people so mad? Like, to me, I got excited about that. 1, 2, that's like an accessibility feature.
right,
And I love accessibility shit in games. Like, when people are like, we don't need the subtitles, we don't need this, we don't need that. I'm like, congratulations. Some of us
do,
do.
right? 'Cause, like, I'm a little bit neurospicy, like,
Mm,
sometimes people would be like, "Oh, you were flirting with him or something," and I was like, "I was literally just being nice. I don't" or like, "He was flirting with you or something," like, I don't know. I don't
yeah.
understand. Um, or like, "That was a bit passive aggressive," I'm like, "I was literally just telling you how I felt." So, like, I I don't always understand, like,
The
social
social
cues and
cues,
stuff.
yeah.
Um, so for me, it's really, really helpful.
I mean, also, like, you can kind of get in real life, you get, let's say, even if you could 100% read social cues with a person that you're
Mm,
speaking face to face with, you can pause what you're about to say to kind of read their facial expressions, their
right,
body language to get that. You can't do that in a video game
right.
because the character you're talking to is giving you nothing. They are frozen. They might blink, they might breathe because that's what we've got into video games, in the waiting state. But the game is essentially waiting for you. It's not giving you any hints to what this character is going to react to because it's a program that has to be ready for you to say one of the, let's just say, 6 options. You know what I
Mm,
mean? So it's like it doesn't even know how it's going to react until you click the 0 and 1 button that, corresponds.
right.
Mm-mm. That makes me really
Exactly.
excited. That makes me really excited for Veilguard, actually.
I think you'll really enjoy it.
S
It's lovely, and all the team got fired. Great.
I
Ugh.
cannot believe that. They put out a game. I cannot believe that they put out a game. It was a good game. Like, from
Good,
every like,
good. It got great reviews. It won awards. What?
I haven't heard any the only thing that I've heard about it is that some of the dialogue and some of the conversations kind of came across. I heard a few clips, I can't
Yeah.
ignore all spoilers on the interwebs. And someone said it kind of sounds like the writing team goes to therapy. And it's like, yes, we all go to therapy. Like, honestly, we all should. And just like some of the responses from the companions in Veilguard might have sounded more like a therapist. So like
Mm.
if you I'm trying to remember the exact one I watched, but it was like I don't know if like if Rook says something like, "Well, this is the decision I think we should make," and blah 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 blah, and I can't believe like they go on something, and one of the characters is like, "Well, everyone will find their path in the end," kind of thing.
Mm.
And it's like, that would annoy me because personally, I'm kind of on the KOTOR side of things where it's like this character was real. It's light side completely, light side 100%, light side. Basta Lashawn, anyone knows KOTOR? Basta Lashawn, light side 100% until she's not. HK47, murder everything if given the chance. Dark side, you know. And then you got Jolie Bindo in the middle, who's like, you know what? The Force is good sometimes, and the Force is bad sometimes. All we can do is live in it, And I like those characters. Like, you're good,
Mm.
you're bad, you want to steal things, you're just here for the drinks, you're here for this. So to have characters that are kind of like, but everything will be all right in the end, that does rub me away.
Yeah.
Let me know if are there a lot of moments like that, or did that person just pinpoint the one time in the game?
So I will say the characters are all there for good. There's
Okay.
like Dragon Age is very much like a lot of the time somebody's gonna stab you in the back. And as I was playing it, I was like, I bet it's that bitch. She's gonna. And nobody did, and I
Oh,
think that was quite sort of
disappointing?
refreshing,
Oh, refreshing. I was like, "Where's the knife? I'm looking for it."
right? But I think the point of this game is more about companionship and actually having strong companion relationships with people you like and get along with,
Hmm,
as opposed to like, I am putting up with this guy, he is in the team because we need him,
mm,
as opposed to like actually building a friendship and trust. It's about building trust. So like at the beginning, like they're a little bit more like standoffish, and it is about that building relationships. And like if you think in your real life, like there's not a lot of people like, "Oh, they're an absolute asshole," but
yeah,
I hang out with them anyway. You don't, do you?
mm,
Generally. But yeah.
I mean, I don't.
But generally,
Hmm,
you try not to. And I think it's more about building that trust and that team that can, defeat the elven gods. Um and the elven gods are such good villains
yeah,
anyway.
oh, good, oh,
Like
good.
they are such an excellent villains, and like Solus is there being so he is your morally grey. Is he bad? Is he good? Do with him as you wish. If you are a Solus hater, great. If you are a Solus lover, great. This game is for you. It doesn't matter if you love or hate him.
Doesn't
Yes,
make
it does. I will say,
yeah.
if you are a Solus lover, as one such as me is, um,
Eggman. Continue.
I like my sweet boiled egg. My morally grey, possibly making a genocide boiled egg.
Oh,
Not
man.
not really, not really.
I don't know, you might I haven't watched Arcane. I haven't finished watching Arcane, but I finished Act 1. I'm like, Caitlin? Baby girl? You okay?"
right, he's that kind of sort of slightly morally grey
Mhm.
character that, like, if you want to see good in him and bring that out, you can. If you want to see bad in him and bring that out, you can. That's your, like, RPG element in it.
Mm.
But if you are a Solus lover, I think you will get a lot out of the game.
Oh, good. Oh, that's good. Because I feel like a lot of people were kind of concerned that they romanced him, and then obviously what happened in the end. Look, I don't even have to play Inquisition to kind of
Mm.
know what happens at the end of Inquisition because of the Veilguard, like,
It's sort of
showing up.
yeah.
Like, you knew, no offense, unfortunately, I think it's gonna bite itself in the ass in, like 20, 30 years or 50 years, whoever
Mm.
knows how long this thing lasts on, hella video games and keeping shit that we buy, video game stays on our stuff. But I do think that's gonna bite it in the butt because everyone's gonna know when you start the Dragon Age series, like, oh yeah, like you kind of know who the baddie is of each one.
Mm.
So I feel like that's gonna it's going to not ruin, it's going to affect how people perceive the end of Inquisition if they know a little bit about Veilguard. Does
I
that make
mean,
sense?
you could yeah, absolutely. You could know a bit about Veilguard, but trust me, Solas's story, the way it builds, it won't be ruined for you.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
Like, it will be fed to you in I say fed to you, but you know what I mean. It will be revealed in a way that you'll be like, "Oh,
Oh
oh,
shit,
oh,
yeah.
oh, oh, I did not see that was the way that was why that happened," or, so even if you know the end, like, the build up and the way it's revealed is so beautifully written. That's my little chef's kiss.
I heard
Um,
that. I liked it.
a little
That's why
yeah,
you have to
so
play the entire fucking game, people, before you leave a review.
ah,
But that's not I didn't
but
say that
you're
out
saying
loud.
about sort of the longevity of games. I think
Mm,
Veilguard is very stylistic. It's not stylistically the same as Inquisition or
mm.
Dragon Age 2 or Origins, and they're all different because they're all on different engines, and that means
Yeah.
they won't ever remaster any of them. Oops. Um, like Mass Effect, which will probably be able to do all of that. I mean, they've got the Legendary Edition anyway. But Veilguard, I think, will stand the test of time because of
Good.
its
Okay.
stylization
Mm.
and its kind of gorgeousness.
I do feel what came first, Dragon Age Origins or Mass Effect 1? Do you know?
Well, that is a question. I don't
Because
know the
because then I
answer.
because then I feel I'm gonna Google right now on my phone because I feel like that kind of puts Dragon Age. This is not a competition. I definitely prefer Mass Effect more, but I'm more of a
Oh,
sci-fi person to begin with. Dragon Age, though, has been again, love the characters, the plot of Origins. When I found out that Alistair was the prince, whatever, I was like, the
right?
fuck? Like the turns in the Dragon Age stories are beautiful. Chef's kiss. That was mine.
Nice.
Um, let me see. Mass Effect 1 release date.
I think about it this way, and I think, you know, it's also quite interesting that I'm the Dragon Age girly and you're the Mass Effect girly. Whereas Dragon Age is very British. They've got British voice actors.
Ooh.
It's got kind of like
Yeah.
that medievally setting. And Mass Effect is American, a lot of American voice actors, a lot of more American morals in it. Like, we are also culturally either side of it as well.
Yeah. Okay, that may yeah. I didn't even think about that way. We have the answer. Mass Effect came first in 2007. Origins came out in 2009.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Huh. I didn't think about that. You're actually yeah, that's spot on.
That's why you're a Mass Effect girly. You've got a little bit of more American morals, more American way, a little bit more of like a hero-y kind of vibe. And that is very American, I think, and that's very Mass
Mhm.
Effect-y. And then British people, we've got a little bit more of a grit, a little bit more of a stab you in the back, perhaps. A little bit more of a like, we like a twist and a turn and a little bit of dirt in our story.
Look, I'm friends with so many Brits at this point that I think that's why I'm disappointed that there's no backstabbing in Veilguard. Like, I'm looking forward to it.
I will say, there's more American voices in Veilguard. And
Huh.
I think it's just gone a slightly more American way. And as I say, there's nothing bad with that,
No,
but it
yeah.
does feel more of an American story.
Do you think do you think
I mean, I
I'm
know the
just thinking
writers are American, like, I know that anyway.
well, I'm just wondering if that kinda, like, lends itself to the stylization, because I mean,
Mm,
like, that was one of the critiques by the fan base, I feel, was that, like, stylization of it was very different. Like when we
Yes.
even said that maybe they changed the stylization, that they were also like, let's just not necessarily be like, hey, we're gonna go straight for American voice actors, but be like, hey, we don't have to stick to this because we've already changed the
Yeah.
style. We can like widen the pool, so to speak.
And I think they did that, and to some good effect and some bad effect.
Mm,
Um, for me, it just there's a little bits of it that sort of dismantled the lore slightly, with the sort of Americanization.
mm,
It was like elves. There's just this one in it's actually there's a book between um Veilguard and Inquisition that sort of fills in a lot of gaps as well. It's really, really good. Um, and there was someone's character in the book that says, elves, they always sound like they have that plum in their mouth. And so it's always like, oh, elves always sound British generally.
but you
But,
all you all sounded that way for 3 games.
right? And then the two elves you have in your party are both American.
I feel like those
So
are
I'm
the
like, what
characters you
happened to
should
the
have
plum
had
in the mouth?
British. Yeah.
Like, it just dismantled a bit of the lore and the bit of the world
Mm.
building. And like, I'm sure there's reasons for it, or they, like, oh, well, they're not from Ferelden, they're not from South, they just have blah 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 blah. Um, so there's reasons for it, but at the same time, it's like I felt that was quite a little bit, just a little bit jarring.
I don't have a good grasp on the different lands of Dragon Age, but I
Mm.
do know, from my understanding, you're in one. You can give me names; I'll still mess them up.
It's all right.
It's Ferelden in
Well,
Origins.
yes,
Okay, so we're in Ferelden in Origins. 2 is in another place across the sea,
you're in Kirkwall. Which is
Kirkwall.
which is quite
That's
funny because I believe it's Dorian who goes, "Went to Kirkwall once. Bit of a shithole, isn't it?" And Varric's like, "Yep."
Varric, we had so much fun together, motherfucker. But like that's across the way. That's
Mm.
across like across the pond, you might say. Uh, sorry. So like, and then Inquisition's in another place, isn't it?
Inquisition is in South Thedas,
Okay,
from what I
and then
remember.
where is Veilguard? That's another place.
Belgrade is like north, but there's also some Antiva. So
Yes,
Antiva is kind of like Spanish, Italian, like it's kind of unspecific Europe.
but this goes to say that like each game takes place in a different like area,
Area,
not necessarily.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's really, it really didn't do them any favors, because if you had these elves from 3 vastly different places, it's not like just like the town over has a different accent. No,
Mm,
these are different places and they all have the same sound, because the elves that I've met in Dragon Age 2, I'm like, these are like, you tell me that these elves came straight from the forest from Origins, I'd be like, fuck yeah, they did. They also came across,
mm.
like, kind of thing. They're the exact same sound. Haven't played Inquisition, but from what you're
Yeah,
saying,
they're the same.
the same. So you can't even make the defense that, oh, they're from a different place, because it's like they're all from different places. You
Right.
could have done this at any time. Just why didn't you make them British? Why didn't you just give them the same accent?
Yeah.
Mm,
And like
mm,
I think it's like a comment about the Dalish sounding like in particular sounding like they have a plum in their mouths. And one of them, like, they both are from Dalish clans, and I'm like, oh,
mm.
maybe it's just an Arlathan thing. Like, I don't know. It wasn't really like explained.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing against those voice actors; they do an amazing job. I particularly like Balara. I think oh my gosh, she is baby girl. She is baby girl. Um, as I thought she'd be kind of annoying at the beginning. I was like, oh, not sure about her. And then by the end, I'm like, don't you touch my baby girl,
Don't touch
mage.
her.
You keep your hands off her. Yeah, I love her. She's like one of my favorite characters. So there's nothing against like the acting in it. It
Mm-mm.
is all excellent, but like it's just there's some just directions they've gone in that I'm a bit like, huh?
I think people have to.
Just for me. But then again,
Yeah.
I'm a very long age of Dragon Age. I've been into it for a long time. I've read the books. I'm more invested
Mm.
than I think the standard fan is. So, that's on me.
I think we also have to say, like, for people who are listening, Grace is a voice actor. I've done it a little bit. And the thing is that you try for things, and in the end at the end of the day, it's the casting director that says, "This is
Mm.
the voice and this is not." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, the only thing that I believe, and this goes for acting, voice acting, anything, is that our diligence is you and I are white. We should not be going for African American parts.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We are queer. So, like, yeah, we could go for queer parts, but if it says, like, we want a specific queer and it's not us, don't go for that. But,
Mm.
like, if they're like, "Hey, white," or there's like female voice between these ages, not even white, just female voice between these ages, feminine voice between these ages, people of all walks of life are going to go for it. And at the end of the day, it's the casting director that says, "This is the voice," whether or not we agree with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes you go for one part and you get casted for another. So that could have been this situation where they were like, "Oh,
Right.
I'm gonna go for one of the main female characters," and they're like, "Oh, actually, you know what? We not gonna have you for that one, but let's have you for the elf." And it's like, isn't the elf usually British? Yeah, but like, I don't know if they had this conversation, but it's like, who cares? I want you for this voice. Like
Yeah.
some things are just out of the actor's hands, in my opinion.
I have a little do you want a little voiceover story? Feel free.
Yes, I do. Always, always.
So, um, talking about voices that sometimes get changed or replaced, I voiced for the Gundam series on Netflix, Gundam Requiem for Vengeance. Very beautiful.
What?
Went to Toho Studios, recorded. And then the director said afterwards it was a little bit jarring having a British voice and put an American voice in instead. In the end, I still got paid. I've still got my name in the credits. But one character was cut that I did, and the other one was replaced with an American voice because the British was jarring with the rest of the theme. I
I
don't know
don't
why
know.
they cast me though.
I don't know what
Like
I
I
would
did
have.
an audition, they
I don't know.
cast me, and then they decided
Said
actually nah.
no.
But I still got paid and I'm still in the credits. So a Gundam Requiem for Vengeance. Yeah, definitely watch it.
I don't know what makes me more upset. The fact that they cut you, or the fact that we've been friends and we've talked about voice acting and we have like spent drunken nights together after cons, exhausted
Mm.
together, and you've never told me this.
I have been under NDA until it came out.
When did it come out?
It came out in, I want to say October. I did write some Instagram stories about it, but that's quite easy to miss because it was quite like upsetting at the time when you turn it on, and then you're cut out of it. And I
I
was like,
think.
where was my character? We did like a facial capture as well. They were like,
Oh
you
my
know,
god.
and then you're not in it. Like it was really upsetting at the time. Um, and then I sort of messaged and they were like, I'm really sorry this was the situation, but we've still got you on file, blah, 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 blah. Like it happens. It does happen. I am in the credits. You can see Grace St. John in the, yeah. But yeah,
I
that was the
mean,
thing.
hey, you still got paid. I mean, yes, seeing yourself, hearing yourself in something would have been incredible. But I mean, if that was the worst case that you got paid and your name is still in the credits and you can still technically put that your name is in the credits and like anything you do going forward,
Exactly. It's on
it's
my
it's
CV. I have
mm,
the actual experience of doing the facial capture and the voice, like I
it
can't say
wasn't
it wasn't
worthless.
the ideal
Mm.
experience, but it wasn't, and it set me back a bit for a while, but it's not a bad experience overall, if that
I
makes
think
sense.
no, that totally makes sense. It's like it's also not abnormal. I think I have more of a knowledge when it comes to theater,
Mm,
stage theater, and that's the thing is that people will be casted separately and then they'll put a group together because like when you think of bigger shows like if they're casting from multiple like cities and then they put the people together that they've put onto the next level kind of thing, they're like, okay, everyone come together in New York or whatever,
mm.
and sometimes you just don't get the part simply because you don't match everyone
Yeah,
else,
yeah.
and that's the part of theater and performance and things like that, that voice acting as well apparently, that people don't really know about. And again, that's why I kind of like having this podcast because we can kind of give these anecdotes and be like, hey, if that's something you want to be into, do it. This is something that could happen. but you can have positive outcomes from it. Again, you now have all that experience that you could put on your CV. And
Like,
honestly, like, I feel like they look at that a lot, especially here in Japan.
yeah, and it's it's one of those things. I think if you want to get into acting or performance, and you're expecting to get every audition and everything's going to go right every
Mm-mm.
time, you're going the wrong place, my dude. Like, this ain't for
It's
you.
no, it's also it's the same with content creation. You make something and it's like it's a hit or miss. And a
Yeah,
lot of them are misses. Hell, at this point, I make content that makes me laugh. I laugh at myself and people are like, "You're never gonna grow that way." And I'm like, "At least I still have the passion 'cause I think I'm funny." You know, like not theater, what is one of entertainment, I guess we could
mm,
say is like underneath it all. Entertainment, you just have to have a passion for it
yeah,
because we definitely don't get paid enough for the hours that we put in. We don't win everything. We put money out of pocket to have a chance and don't get those chances. And the reason why people still do it is because we love it. Like that's really
yeah,
all it is. I'm gonna bring this back to Veilguard because I will forget this question if
absolutely.
I don't. No, I'm so sorry that people are gonna be really interested in that conversation. I'm gonna be the bitch that brings us to this question because I've had it for like 20 minutes. What
Go.
is the age of the Veilguard companions like a little bit more that midlife older
Yes.
age? Okay.
So, I mean, you've got Emmerich, who's probably the oldest companion ever. Um,
Isn't he
he's in
the
his
one that
50s.
the one that
50s,
has the one that has the
the
skeleton?
skeleton. Yeah, he's fabulous. I romanced him. He's fabulous.
That's
He's
what
just
I want.
fabulous.
Of course I go
I
for
love
the
him.
oldest.
Um, and
I
then
want him so bad, fuck.
Tash is, like, more, like, early 20s teen,
Okay.
although they're Canary, so they seem a little bit more, like, older, but actually they're the younger
Mm.
character. Um, Harding, obviously, in Inquisition as well, she's a bit older. Um, Davrin, I think he's supposed to be, like, 20s. Um, Lucanus is definitely in his 30s. That's who I romanced first, but I would say his romance was a little bit lacking.
I've heard that
Um,
actually, yeah.
but I will say Emmerich's romance was not lacking. So it depends on the companion a bit.
Mm.
But yeah, everyone's a little bit older, a little bit more mature, and I think that's why there's a bit less of like the mm,
Like
maybe
that
nicer
grading,
conversations,
yeah.
you know.
Like we were talking about earlier, again, when you're not saying everyone, not saying age has a factor all the time, but, like, age like, the older that we get, we're quite
Mm,
close in age, and it's kind of like, t I'm a lot more chill. I don't
right.
care. Maybe in a way I don't care. You know, it's like and especially, like, end of the world stuff, like, saving the world, it's like, "Look, I'll put up with you, and I'll seem nice about it," like, literally, like, genuinely be nice about it. Because we have to do this and then
Because you have to do
afterwards
it,
just drop
right?
off. Yeah, I'm not gonna be antagonistic because it's like, "Dude, I got a job to do. If we're already fighting these guys, I don't need to be fighting you too." And that's just like something
Right.
within yourself that you decide.
It's like a
So
moment between like Emmerich and Tosh, which is a bit like, look, we don't like each other. We're not going to get on. That's it. But we will work together.
mm,
You know, it's kind of like it's just more mature, and I think like there's a space for that, but people aren't expecting that in a Dragon Age game, which I think
well,
is fair. You know, I think people
yeah,
just a Dragon Age game. There's an expectation that someone's going to stab you in the back. People are going to be mean to you. Da, 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 da. But actually, it's a little bit more wholesome, and
I
there's
feel
nothing wrong with that. There's a place for that, you know?
I feel like people need to view it from a side of the games grew with you. When you were younger, playing Origins, it's like, yeah, you're gonna be the hero and you're gonna slay the dragon. You're young and you're adventurous and you're ready to do things. And now we are the ages that we are. I'm 30, just for the record. Just I say that all the time. I'm cool with it. I feel great about being 30. I love being 30, by the way. Just anyone who says 20s are the best, no, 20s are the best for doing stupid shit. 30s are the best for being like, I know how to do stupid shit safely and not have a hangover the next day. Like, I love being 30.
I had a horrible hangover the other day. I'm 33. I clearly
No!
don't know.
Oh my god. Okay, I'll teach you my ways. I've learned this shit. But like now, like, I feel like people need to realize that, not realize, but think about it in a way that maybe the game grows with you. I feel like people, when it comes to video games, also need to have more of an open mindset of where the game is coming from. Because if you're always starting a game in the same franchise from the same point, you're going to complain that it's redundant. Am I
And I
wrong?
think,
Like,
there's an element of like this maturity. I am like 33 years old. Like, do I really need in-game racism? Like, do I
mm,
really need someone saying, "Oi, knife it" at me? Like, if I'm playing an elf? Not really. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know it
yeah,
brings there's an element of world building, and yes, elves are like generally slaves or whatever in the previous games,
yeah.
but like, I don't need it
Every time.
24/7. Do you know what I
Yep,
mean?
yep.
Like, a hint to it here and there is fine. It just tells you that's the world you're in. There's a moment where like I played an elf. I always end up playing an elf. I love playing an elf.
I
Pointy ears,
do
fun, cute,
too. I do too. They
right?
have the
And
most.
they
I
were
feel like
like,
the magic's more fun.
right? And they were like, "Oh, is this elf your slave?" And like, fine, great, but I don't need it. Like, well, you got a dirty bloody stinking elf with you.
Mm.
Like there wasn't any of that, which I, you know, we don't actually need per se. Do you know what I mean? Like,
We You had that in Origins when you can't romance and have Alistair take the throne if you're an elf.
right?
You have to be human so if you want him to be the king so that he can marry you. That's why I had to be like, no, I got to put Alora on the throne. I
But
remember
then,
that. I remember that distinctly.
but then you think about like, and you look at this in Baldur's Gate as well. Like the most played person is a white man human. I'm not even joking. What? Why play a fantasy game if you're not even going to be a bit of a freaky bastard? Not even a little bit freaky, please. What's the point?
And then they all romance the big titty goth. I don't care. I feel like Shadowheart is well endowed in the chest. And they're like, come on, people.
Can't wait to have my straight white romance. And I'm just over here
Uh,
like, I can't wait to romance my frog man. The humans are
I'm
all
like,
boring. Give me that freaky bastard.
at one point, I was like, "Is Withers available?" I was looking at Withers some kind of way. Again, I cannot stress to men, especially. It's women are not really about looks, okay?
Oh no. I'm in Veilguard like, can I romance the skeleton? Just throwing it out there.
I've
No,
got
apparently not.
I've got five
Boring.
things about a blue 6-foot bird man. Really?
Fabulous. No complaints.
No complaints. Like, okay, so we've talked about games. You and I love games. I think we can appreciate them from like story perspective and
Mm,
character perspective, especially with voice acting and theater backgrounds. And like, we can see things from a plethora point of views. Even if we might not love something, we can find points to like in
mm.
it, but we can still, and even the things that we love, we can criticize. Like, we can look
Yes.
at it with a critical eye. I feel like you and I'm gonna give us that. I'm gonna give us that. Maybe people listening will also give us that. I feel like we're really good about that. So with this next one, we're gonna get really mad. So those layoffs and
Uh,
Mass Effect and all the people, and when I say
uh,
all the people, I mean all 20 of them maybe going to Mass Effect 4. That's maybe not gonna happen.
I
So
I mean, like the like in air quote marks redistributions,
oh
just
my god.
horrible. We're streamlining. Come on, you're laying people off and you're moving
Mm,
people around, and people who have been working on like every single Dragon Age game have like lost their jobs, and that's just how horrible the industry is. It's just
yeah.
horrendous. Like people getting laid off in the Marvel game, which is
That was out
huge
of
stuff.
left field for me. I thought Marvel Rivals was doing great.
Right? And you had like last year these Sony studios um getting rid of people, like people who were working on Horizon, and it was always thought that like those actual console studios had a more safety than like an EA or whatever because they're like a separate thing. But they didn't. Nobody was safe from those layoffs as well. And it's just lining the pockets, isn't it, of the CEOs, and it's just
I just don't
eat the
understand.
rich. What? Who said that? I don't know.
What? I mean, yes, but I mean, what? I just don't understand. This is why I'm really going more toward not more. This is why I enjoy indie otome devs. Not the big Korean, Japanese, Chinese otome devs, but
That's
like
a different beast.
yeah, that's a whole different beast because they get overworked. We I don't know if they get laid off as much, but they definitely get overworked way more. That's just a mentality of work here. But like indie otome is like they will do everything in their power to make sure this team stays because it's really a passion project kind of thing. And they find it a success if their things break even. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
sell enough games to like break even, then everything and they're like, this was successful. I'm getting really tired of games being like, "Oh my god, if we don't make more profit than the last game we put out, then it's a failure." Did
Right.
you make more money than you spent? Yes. You are profitable, bitches.
And I look at Dragon Age and like the game of the year, like Dragon Age is not game of the year, but the first ever game of the year went to Inquisition, right? Like I don't know why they think okay, yeah, fair enough, Dragon Age is not as popular as some of the other EA stuff. Fair. And like but BioWare is what BioWare is.
Mhm.
It's not necessarily EA, it's creating narrative games and that's what they should be making. That's their strengths.
BioWare made KOTOR 2, like those are still like the stories of that for Star Wars people is like still peak. Like,
Right.
people will play that, it'll crash our computers that it's, like, so out of date. But we figured this shit out, and that's BioWare.
Right?
And
That's what BioWare is as a beast, right? And you just
if if
there's
one
no
more
respect
C
for the studio itself.
mm-mm. If one more CEO tells me that everybody wants to play multiplayer online games,
They just
I'm gonna
don't.
s they don't.
They just
I
don't.
don't! I do not! I play community games on community day with my community once a year to be like, "Hey, thank you guys. No offense, I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. Thank you guys for giving me money. The least I can do is a 4-hour stream where I play something with you."
And it is like I'm going out on a bit of a limb here. A lot of live games are very anti-woman. They are not always safe spaces for women, right? If you've
Drop
got
that
stuff
mic.
with right, if you've got stuff with chat, that's not you're playing Call of Duty, you're playing any of those kinds of games, you're playing, shooters, whatever. They are not spaces where women can feel comfortable. So what
Mhm.
you're saying is we need to put all our money into games that are not for women.
Mhm.
And you know that gamers are 50% women, if not more.
Especially in this day and age.
Especially coming from EA, whose biggest seller, The Sims. You know who plays The Sims? Women.
Women.
I
I don't know,
just
the idea of having a house is really nice.
what if I just trap someone in the swimming pool? We play games get it for a bit differently, don't we?
No, because that just brings me back to my roller coaster tycoon days where I made one sidewalk and I dragged everyone to that one sidewalk and watched them till they just like were so
Suddenly
mad.
the track disappeared. Who could have done that? Guests rated this park 1 out of 10.
It's fine, you're not leaving anyway. That's what I would always say. I'd be like, okay, I'm letting people in, but none of you can leave.
But yeah, who's doing
It's
this weird shit? Women.
women. It's well, the other thing is too is that I know there's a lot of online style of games. Again, it's not my
Yeah.
forte. I think my most is Space Marines 2, and Helldivers 2. And then I play League of Legends, but no one wants to admit that we play League of Legends. Like, let's be honest.
So
Those
nobody who
are
plays League wants to
my
tell they play League,
yeah,
okay?
exactly.
Everyone's like,
No,
Arcane is amazing, don't play the game.
don't play League. As someone who played League way before Arcane came out, don't play League. I'm helping you. If you're gonna play League, play with 4 other people who have been playing League and only play with a full stack of 5. That is the best way. That's the only best way you're gonna play, because you're still gonna get flamed somehow, some way. It just don't. But like those are my three like online games, multiplayer games that I will play with
Mm.
people. And I've had Space Marines 2 I've only played with my friends, like to do missions together. And Helldivers 2 is the only game that I haven't really had someone be mean necessarily. And my thing is that my name is always Reaper Babe. People know I'm
Yeah,
femme.
yeah.
So like I put that out there. Like it's fine. Like it, you're not a gamer girl if you don't got a tough skin. And if you're a gamer girl and you don't have tough skin, you're still a gamer girl. That's not what I'm saying. You know, we're here. We're fine. But like we're ready for it. Especially content creators who are femmes. We know what's coming for us. Like it's fine. I haven't had a bad experience with Helldivers 2 either. Like I've had people like not know how to shoot and like I die in the process, but like no one has like outwardly like gone for me. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like, "Oh, you bitch," and things like that. Like I've never had that. Every every other like game that I think of is very very similar. Marvel Rivals, Overwatch, there's the WB one
Mm.
that's like Smash, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. I
like
kinda know what you're talking about.
yeah, Marvel Rivals and Overwatch are the same game. Tell me I'm wrong.
What about Valorant? That's a similar
Valorant's the same too. Those are the same games. Please
Isn't
tell me
Apex Legends quite similar as well?
yes! And if they're not similar to Overwatch, they're similar to Fortnite.
Right.
Like, they all have and people are gonna be like, "There's different characters, and I just like Marvel characters," and that's fine. I think I had this exact same conversation with Cyber, or I said it on stream. That's fine. You can like those characters, and you can like that game. You can also admit that all of these games are somewhat the same that are online multiplayer. And if I have one more CEO tell me that I need another game where we need to capture an objective,
What are you gonna do with a Dragon Age like that? What are we
they're
doing?
they have no
What are
plans
we
for
capturing?
not no plans for Mass Effect 4, but we have very few plans for Mass Effect 4, and the CEO said that, or whoever said that, after the Veilguard team dispersion. All the Mass Effect people are like, "These motherfuckers are going to make this online, aren't they?"
With at least
That's
with Mass Effect, it's a shooter. It makes sense that you might be going to, like, I don't know, a Rachni base or I know, I guess not, maybe not the Rachni, depending on what
what are you
choices you
gonna
make,
do?
but, like,
What are you gonna do
you
though
know,
with
like
5 shepherds on a team? Who's the main shepherd then? Are you gonna pull a Dragon Age and say that you can be no, I mean, no, I guess you're still all hawks, you're still all rooks, you're still all the warden.
right?
You're all this like the only thing the online multiplayer has, the games that are very similar have, is that you're all a different champion. In these games, you're the same fucking main character.
Right.
No. I thought you were gonna get mad with me, and I'm like, no, I'm the only one that's livid about this shit.
No, it just doesn't make any sense.
It
Like,
doesn't.
it for me, I just see it and I'm like, "How? How?" It more confuses me than anything. Just sitting there in, like, disbelief of, like, "Yeah, nah, nah."
It's
But I guess I suppose it can be a game in the franchise without it being a continuation per se. Like, because I think about, I mean, Dragon Age has got a lot. It's got like a TV series, it's got comics, it's
mm,
got books, it's got games. So I can see it being like a spin-off type thing, but it's not a mainline game.
I think Mass Effect
Do you
actually
know what I
has
mean?
I think Mass Effect has a show coming
Got some-
out.
Yeah, it's got some comics as well, Mass Effect. I know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's got books, but
Yes, they do. Yeah.
they do. Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
I think EA Bioware went with that same thing of like, "Hey, these nerds are eating this shit up. Let's give them everything." Like, "Yes,
I
good."
would say the Tevinter Nights book is very good. There's some really good stories in that, like just a standalone little Dragon Age stories. If you like reading little Dragon Age stories,
If you like reading, yeah. I
there's one
think
with
once
Solus in a wig, which is quite notorious.
I think when I finish well, it's also hard for me to, like, I want physical books, Grace, but I can't. I
I've got a load of books. I'll give you some of my books.
Yes! Let me borrow them, please. But I would love to read it after I get to those points, because
Yes.
say I was the same way with Mass Effect. The only problem is that I finish the game, like, "Let's read the books," and I'm like, "But there's another game."
You'll never finish games. You
I
never
never
finish your games.
I never I finished Mass Effect. That
You
shows how much
did.
I love
You
that
did.
game. God, I need to play again just for me. I just actually you know what? The thing that's stopping me from playing it is I don't have any storage on my computer.
Um,
It's what happens
that
when you're a
can be an
content
issue.
creator.
This is why I'm a
It's
console baby.
yo, I can't join you there. I hate console. The last console I played on was an I think Xbox 360.
Ew, gross.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay, wait a minute. I had a Wii. I did have a Wii,
Oh
but
my.
I'm trying to think of, like, a game that actually had, like I don't know, like, a Wii controller never felt like an actual controller. I remember my
The Wii was a thing. The
the
Wii
Wii
was a
was a thing.
thing.
It was a thing.
It was a thing.
It's weird. The most vivid memory of a controller is literally me playing KOTOR at my mom's office because it was so easy. They had this old TV in my mom's office, and in the summer, we'd have to go there with her, me and my brother, and we would pack the Xbox was the first one that we packed. We'd put it in a duffel bag, put in all the cords, put all the controllers. I don't know why we put 2 controllers, because I was the only one that played because the game we had for it was KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic. And my brother would just watch me because he wasn't into story-based games. He was into fighting games. He liked Smash. When it came out for the Wii, he was into Smash. Right? Is it Smash? What
I
is
don't know, I've never
the
played the Smash games, I'll be honest.
well,
Smash
it's
Bros.
I believe that's it. The one where you just hit each
Smash
other
Bros.
a
Smash
bunch. Just
Bros.
Smash
Yeah.
Bros. Yes, Smash Bros. He liked that game, and I'm like, that's yeah, that makes sense for with the 10-year-old boy. Like that makes total sense. I was the one that was story driven. And that's my most vivid memory is laying on the floor as while he sat on the couch and I played KOTOR, and that's my most vivid memory of using a controller. Beyond
Mm.
that, no, no, PC baby. Mouse keyboard. Mouse keyboard team. Let's go. Come
Okay,
on.
we'll maybe
Raise
get
your
you a
hands in the
PlayStation one day.
No, no,
Maybe.
no, no. I will not touch a
And you'll become a
PlayStation.
horrendous trophy hunter like myself.
No. Hey, no, don't do that to me because I'm playing Fallout 1, like the original Fallout. And oh, where was I gonna go with that?
I don't know. Are you
Fuck.
trying to get trophies? Is it
Yes!
very hard?
No, no, that was it! No, that was it! Fallout 1, I have it on Steam. There's no Steam achievements. So I went to
Oh,
Reddit, and like, a group of Redditors made an achievement list
is it
that you
that
can
old?
do. Apparently! And they won't, like,
Damn.
re-put it in to, like, have the achievements. That's where I was going. Thank you. Thank you for the reminder. But, yeah.
Woof.
So I do my achievements on Steam.
Well, you do what you gotta do, girl. Do what makes
Yeah,
you happy.
I do.
Exactly.
I play games, and I stop them when I want to, and I
Ew, stopping things when you want to and not getting a platinum trophy. Gross. Don't know. Don't know her.
I'm sorry, Baldur's Gate 3, I'm looking at you.
Hey, you need to finish that. You need
I
to finish that. Please.
Every romance is ruined.
Just start again. Just start again.
I'm gonna have to.
Just
I think
start
that's what
again.
it's gonna have
Fuck
to
it.
be, so I'm
Start
gonna have to
again.
start again. I think I'm gonna have to start again. I think I'll do it with a guide. I truly think I'm gonna do it with a
Yeah.
guide. Because I
Yeah, just start again. It's fine.
I it just it I
It's
know,
a
like,
lot. It's a
it's a
lot. Like, it's a
lot.
lot. The
It's
game is
a
a lot.
long game.
And then you get to
Like
Act 3 and you're like, "Nah." It's just everything just opens up again and you're like, "This is like a whole 'nother game." Oh. And it doesn't
there's
give you any, like, direction. It's like, "You can do this or this or this. Your choice." And I'm like, "Ugh,
I think with
D&D."
I think with Act 2, it was like, "Hey, you can't go back and do
Mm.
quests in this area after this," and I was like, "Are you gonna put me in this area?" Like, it was You know what? This is the neurospicy in me. Tell me what quest I can't finish. Tell
Yeah.
me. Make a list. Don't just say, "Hey, you can't finish any quests here," or, "Hey, some quests." I think it says some quests are unavailable past this point. Which ones?
It really wants you to, like,
Larian?
eat up everything before you move on to the next
Mhm.
thing, and then do the same in Act 2. It really wants you to, like, get in there in the nitty-gritty of everything, which is, like, fine, but it does make it, overwhelming for more casual gamers,
If I
completely.
Yeah, I'm definitely that. I don't know how people are streaming it still. I have my friend Empty. I think she still plays,
Yes, she
like
still plays it,
she
yeah.
still does multiple runs, like, playing origin characters and, like, romancing different characters, things like that, and I'm like, I guess
There's
the more you play
always
it, the
more
more
to do,
master
always more to
yeah.
do.
The more you play, the more masterful you get, but it's like, my neurospicy cannot be that focused that entire time. No, I was gonna go this is where I was gonna go with it. I don't know how she can play that game so many times and be as attentive to her chat as she is.
That's fair, yeah. I do drop into her streams sometimes.
Mm.
I
I
I
just
am a notorious lurker of streams.
So am I, and we love you for it. We love you.
Yeah, I got
But
boost some numbers somehow for people. Doesn't mean I have to chat to whoever's
no,
streaming.
oh my god, no. I'll be honest, I don't even look at the, viewer list at this point. I'm like, "People are here. Cool." I don't even look at the numbers at this point. I think I've come to an acceptance when it comes to otomes rather than being disappointed that no one's chatting. I just tell people, "Guys, sit back, listen to the story. I'll make my comments when shit happens. Other than that, I'm gonna read." Like,
Sit back, relax, enjoy the ride, baby.
ever since I went with that, I'm like, "Man, I'm ready to stream otomes."
Mm,
Like, it's I because I, as the casual gamer, get to enjoy the story. That's
right,
what
and that's what it's about, really. If you're streaming a game and you are not enjoying it, people know. People can
Yep,
tell. What's the point?
yeah. I think that's what, I've dropped off Andromeda. I dropped off Baldur's Gate 3 because I was just upset. Andromeda just feels very redundant. I'm like, "And it's Mass Effect. I love Mass Effect." Andromeda's just kind of redundant. I love my
Yeah,
wife, but that's just it's a redundant game, and I can't help you, honey. And then Baldur's Gate 3 was just so fucking long. And I think people could tell that my energy for those things was gone. That's why I was kinda giving Dragon Age, like, one more time, and I was like, "Let me hit the deep roads. If I'm really struggling after that, I'll say, 'Fuck it,' and we'll just go to Inquisition." And the deep roads got me back in,
yeah. I mean, it's fair, like, I would
surprisingly.
say with Inquisition, like, if you are starting to find the overwhelm too much, like, there's a lot to it, just do the main missions.
Mm,
It's fine. You can like, I would say you will be powerful enough to do, like, the main missions without doing a whole load of other side questy stuff.
okay.
It's fine. It's fine. It really is fine.
I'm trying to think. Again, I know I keep talking about KOTOR. I'm kind of in my KOTOR, phase, like, the hyperfixation. My hyperfixations never go away, they just go dormant, and then they come back randomly. The current one is KOTOR. I've got I'm watching, like, what, a 10-hour video of, like, the cutscenes put together, and I'm losing my mind. I keep losing where my points are going. Oh, I'm trying to remember, like, while watching this, I'm like, there's not really a lot of long side quests that aren't intertwined with the main. You know what I mean?
Mm,
I feel like there's a lot in games nowadays. There's a lot of side quests that are like, hey, and we know the main storylines take you to the right, but what we're gonna have you do is do a U-turn for this one side quest and go all the way back. And it's like,
yeah.
why can't you make them kind of like go together? You know what I mean?
I mean, like, a lot of Inquisition, I will say, like, if you do side quests, it world builds, they're nice. There's not really a lot of, like, go fetch quests.
Okay.
They are very nice side quests that really enrich the characters, and there's great banter, etc., etc. But if you really don't want to do them, it is okay. Veilguard, on the other hand, do everything. don't you dare not do anything.
I mean, there's no DLC, so you might as well.
Just but you need to do it as well. The side quests are not fluff. They
Oh,
are they are important. So,
important for
yeah,
lore, important for levels, important for yes.
all of the above.
Noted. You heard it
But
here
yeah, that's
first.
Veilguard, but Inquisition,
Eh,
you're toast.
they really padded Inquisition. Not okay, padded sounds like bad. Like there's a lot of content in Inquisition. They went ham.
There's just too many, like, collectible-y stuff as well that you
Mm,
really don't need to do. It's like, collect all the shards. Don't bother. Don't bother. I did it once.
not worth
Nah,
it.
nah.
Not even
Like,
worth a trophy.
everything's worth a trophy. How
I
dare you?
mean, you said
Don't
it.
come for me like that.
Uh, so my last thing that I'll ask after
Yes.
playing Mass Effect, the trilogy, and being the Dragon Age girly that you are,
Mhm.
how would you rate Mass Effect in comparison to your love for Dragon Age?
Okay, so, like, as I said previously, there's more of, like, an
Mhm.
Americanism to it, I feel, that's, like, doesn't quite ring 100% with me. It's
Mhm.
like, I really, really love it. I am gonna play it, like, a couple of times. As I said, I'm already on my second playthrough. I had a couple of weeks off work, so I absolutely, like, just consumed games instead of, doing anything else productive in my life,
That's fine. We need
as
that.
one does. Um, so I really sort of, like, absorbed it all very quickly, and I think Mass Effect 2 and 3 are just really, really nice, juicy, meaty games, like, on a gameplay front and also on, obviously, a story front. Um, I will say I give them, like, a 9 out of 10.
That's
Mass Effect
fair.
1 Mass Effect 1 is, like, fine for me. It's just,
Yeah.
like, you need to play it just to not get through it, that sounds a bit unfair, but, like,
It
it's your
sets the
base,
groundwork. Yeah,
you
it
know,
sets it's the frame.
right? It's like when I was saying, like, about baking a cake earlier. You can bake a cake with butter or oil, but it's better if you put butter in it rather than just easy oil. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, put that butter in. Put that time into melting that butter as opposed to just throwing the oil in. Okay, a carrot cake is an oil-based cake, and that's very nice, but I'd much rather have a nice chocolate cake. Anyway,
Give us the butter.
someone's
Give us
it's
the
the butter.
butter.
Give us the butter, melt the butter, put the butter in nicely, okay? Make it nice smooth. Um, so yeah, but Mass Effect 2 and 3 just, yeah, really great games, but I do miss I don't know, that I feel there's more of an maybe it's me liking a bit of, like, a self-projection onto the character because I don't relate with Shepard at all.
Yeah.
Like, Shepard, she's great. She is as far away from me as I will ever be. So, like, even if I'm romancing, I'm like, "Oh, Shepard is romancing Thane." I don't feel like
Mm.
I'm romancing Thane, woohoo! Nah, Shepard is Shepard's doing that. Um,
I'm living
whereas
vicariously through her right now.
right. Whereas for me, Dragon Age and the Inquisitor, I feel much more like a projection. It's much more intimate,
Mm.
which is a strange way to describe a game, but I feel much more in it. And even if I would say probably the gameplay of Mass Effect is better than the gameplay of Dragon Age, I know. Although Veilguard, I would say incredible gameplay. But if you
Ooh,
look at
okay.
Inquisition and previous games, it's all right.
I like this.
It's
I like the strategy that goes
all right.
into Dragon Age games, if that helps. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I feel like the Mass Effect games go too fast with um battles and stuff.
Mm.
So I really like strategizing things. It
Yeah.
doesn't look like it when I play my glass cannon too, but I do enjoy strategizing
Yeah.
like everyone in Dragon Age 2.
That's
Um
yeah, anyway, I think with Mass Effect, like, I'm shooting something, I don't
mm,
really need to think this is a
yeah.
better tactic to shoot them or not. Dragon Age does have more of, like, a tactical element to it, and, like, I
Mm.
played, um, what's it called? Bio BioShock
Oh, okay,
BioShock
yeah.
games. So I've done quite a lot of, like, shooting stuff before, and I got my platinum in them as well. Eh?
She's just like
So
tooting her own horn over
yeah,
here. Okay,
I
damn.
know, I just love my platinums. Which is also sort of powers and shooting. So I already had like an idea of that
Mm,
before coming into Mass Effect, so it wasn't too much of a shock to the system. Whereas I felt like with Dragon Age, I hadn't played sort of so much of an action
yeah.
like RPG per se. But I've played like a lot of God of War and Horizon now. So going into Veilguard, it was just like very smooth, really, 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 really nice gameplay. But yeah, there's just something that speaks to me a little bit more in Dragon Age.
That's
I
fair.
can't quite put my finger on it, and I think it's just more of an intimate thing, or an RPG thing, or a Britishy thing. I don't know.
I never had the problem of like, I guess projecting is the word. Like
Hmm.
when it came to Mass Effect, I feel the same in Mass Effect that I feel in Dragon Age when it comes to the main character. But I do understand like not really connecting with Shepard. I will say I don't feel like Shepard,
Hmm.
but now that I work out and go to the gym, which is my whole personality
Eh.
apparently, I aspire to be her. I cannot do a pull-up yet, but there is an achievement in the party DLC. Did you get that?
Right. I didn't. Okay. It wasn't
Okay.
clear
Oh, she
that that
gave
was.
up. She gave
No, no,
up. Is
no.
what she's saying.
It wasn't clear that that was a DLC, and I did it too soon.
Oh
So I only had
no.
like half my team assembled. And then
Oh.
so this time I'm going to make sure everybody's there, because like take a picture together, and I'm like, why would it? That's like half the people here. Like, because you can do that at any time, and it's not clear about when you should be doing that.
That's a very good point.
So
Okay.
I was doing it, and I was like, huh, this party sucks.
It really does get every okay,
Sucks.
when this round, do it before your big battle. Do it right before
Right.
your big battle,
Exactly
and
when you're supposed to do it. But it wasn't
you're
clear.
not Thane will never be there, just a heads up.
Well, I'm aware of that.
Okay. Well, I'm
Otherwise,
sorry.
I wouldn't be
I
doing
did I didn't
something
want you to
about
get
it.
your hopes up of like, "Oh, maybe I could." Yeah.
Look, he told me he was too short of breath. He couldn't even come on the Normandy.
Thane, you make me cry once, man. I fuck, that was probably one of my most emotional pieces on stream. I remember that still. But
Nothing got
mm.
me like Morden. Nothing got me like Morden.
Ah!
I put the controller down and I walked away.
I knew it. I knew you would. I she was messaging me. People listening, she was messaging me about this, and I was like, "Message me when the thing happens," because she was like, "Man, Morden is just so funny, and I love him, and he's a great character." I was like, "Message me when," like, a little bit later, I was like, "Message me when the moment happens," and she's like, "Will I know the moment? Is there something I should look for in the moment?" And I was like, "You'll know the moment." That was the
It,
moment.
and he's like doing the Pirates of Penzance song, and he's like, "I
Yeah.
have studied Batarian, but so with the Batarian, and and he's like that little catch in his breath. I was like, uh huh, uh huh. Someone else might have gotten it wrong.
Moment of silence for Morden.
Yeah,
You
I
will be
didn't like
missed.
that.
Oh my god, no, I didn't either. But here's the thing: is that like obviously you can tell him to not to, and the
Yeah, but like
genophage, yeah,
you can't. You
he
have to cure the genophage.
you don't
What's wrong
have
with you if
to,
you're
but
not curing the genophage? I'm not making that decision.
exactly. And the thing is that Morden accepts your decision because as a Solarian, they look at things very factually. And he's like, it's a pro, like even he's like, it's a pro or a con, right? Like there's a pro if I do it, and there's the con if I do it, if there's
Right.
pro if I don't, a con if I don't. So like he kind of accepts it, but because I also love Morden, I thought he was a great character. It was that he is that friend that you go to and you're like, so I just like I wanna sleep with this person. Do you think you can like hook me up? And like they give you all the advice, or like here's all the numbers, like call me if you need a pickup.
He
Like it
look.
was him.
Dude told me I was gonna get a rash, and then once I started kissing him, I'd get hallucinations, and then he sent me a pamphlet about androgynous zones. All right,
He
he
told
got
me
me.
not he
He
told me
got
not to
me.
ingest. He told me
Oh,
not to
did he?
ingest, and also
Oh,
it said erogenous zones for Turians and humans, I believe, are quite similar. So yeah,
oh,
he sent me stuff too. Yeah, no, great
a
dude.
little bit different. A
Dude,
little bit different for a drill.
Yeah. Apparently you get hallucinations. No, but dude was like, "Go get laid." Like,
Right.
without even wanting it himself, he's like, "Go get laid. Here's how to help." Like,
Can you romance him?
no.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
No, he's like Varric. No, you can't. You just get to love him as a person, as a Solarian. So that was the thing, is that when that moment came, I was like, I want him with me, and I know he'll do good either way. But I was like, Morden's character would want this, because like the whole time
Right.
he's like, I want to make up for what I did wrong. That's a whole point of his character, is he's like, yeah, I was a part of the team that, did the genophage. And like he was like, at the time it was, what we had to do. But you kind of realize through talking to him and doing these missions for him that you're like, he
What he
regrets it.
wanted.
He regrets it. I don't think he necessarily would go back and stop it, because that's what he had to do at the time. But you can tell he regrets it. And you're like, how do I not give this man, this person, this Solarian, the chance to like not regret his
To
whole
redeem
life?
himself, you know?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Morden was a fantastic character. Good on them. My last point. We're here for about an
Leave
hour.
it on a really sad note.
No, I'm gonna end this on the best note possible before this outro. What character do you hate the most in Mass Effect? And there's only one correct answer. And if you say it wrong too, I'm gonna be mad. You cannot say the actual name. I swear, if you use their actual name.
Zaid.
What?
He was a wanker.
Get out. No, get out. Wrong answer.
Who?
Yes, he was a wanker. No one likes him.
When I got him on my team, I was like, ugh.
Yeah, well, yeah, no one likes him. He's just there. I don't know why they chose him there. It's fine.
Right?
No, get out. There's another one. She didn't even make it to 2.
Oh, Ashley.
No.
I didn't like Ashley.
Trashly. We don't give her we don't even give her own name. It's Trashly, where she belongs.
Didn't make it to 2.
Yeah, did you leave her on Vermeer?
Huh?
Did you leave her on Vermeer in Mass Effect 1?
Who are we talking about?
Ashley, Trashly.
Oh yeah, I said I don't like Ashley. She's rubbish.
Yeah. You left her on Vermeer in 1, right?
Oh yeah.
So she didn't make it to 2.
Oh god, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Ew.
I can't believe you made me use her actual name just to clarify a point.
Oh, sorry, I was really confused there. I was like, is there someone else?
No, I knew you were. So that's why I was like, I have to say her name. Never again. I've said her name a handful of times.
No, she's high-key racist, not even low-key racist. High-key.
Thank you. I kind of forget Zaid was a thing, to be honest with you.
Like,
I didn't like. I did his mission, and then I was like, I'm never going to use you again. He has really funny. If you romance Garrus, he has really funny talks with Garrus at the party. Okay. That's the only. Yeah, it's very, very funny.
I didn't invite him to my party.
Invite them all to the party this time. This is the party DLC. The Citadel DLC is probably one of the only top tier, like consistently throughout the team, that the banter is maybe on point with the Dragon Age banter. Right. It's really good with everyone. But Grace, thanks for the talk. God, we got into that stuff. So, got to talk about Dragon Age, got to talk about Mass Effect, we did a little talk about voice acting, the EA layoffs, how gaming is being really fucking stupid, and y'all just need to stop thinking with your wallets for 2 fucking seconds. I swear, executives. Chill. But with that, Grace, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Blue Sky now. I don't really go on X/Twitter anymore. But yeah, I'm Gracion. I think can't quite remember. I think I'm also Gracion on Blue Sky. Yeah, GraceonCosplay. Come say hi. Or if you want to find me in the credits of Gundam Requiem for Vengeance, Grace St. John.
I need to. I was gonna say follow her cosplay page, GraceonCosplay. Follow my Reaper Babe cosplay because we need to decide what our next cosplay is. I haven't finished my I haven't even started my Dungeon Meshi cosplay that
It's all right.
I need to. I want to either work on it Sunday or Monday because those will be free days. Because I can get it done. I know I can. I just have to make his fucking vest. It'll be a good time. But other than that, I don't know if we have any couples cosplays coming up.
I think so.
Don't think so. We'll have to think about that if we want more.
We shall consider.
We
Send
shall
in
think about
suggestions.
it. Yes, if you have suggestions, you should tell us, please. But yes, that has been Grace, and I have been Reaper. If you're here, you're in the right place. Thank you guys. Hopefully I've figured out how to put this on to YouTube, even if it's just like a blank screen while you listen to our lovely voices. And as usual, my sound checking is crap, and I've tried to fix it, and it still doesn't work. So at this point, we have given up. But if you would like to listen to these podcasts at a reasonable time, they're always over up on Patreon first. Reaper Babe Gaming Patreon, as well as cosplays first come, first serve, first serve? No. Show up there first. That's words I want to. It's late here. Leave me alone, people. Videos go up there, cosplays go up there, polls, behind the scenes, all that stuff over on my Patreon. Again, if you're here, you're at the right YouTube. I also stream over on twitch.tv/ReaperBabe7. All of the information for me and Grace will be in the description box below. So please, please check those out and give her some love, especially because I love chatting with her. And
I
yeah.
love chatting with you.
Yay! Well, that is it for us. And with that, everyone, I hope you have a great day, night, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye bye.